everybody. Today I will do my first tutorial. I hope it's gonna help some of you guys. I'll show this ranked game how I do support and exactly how I will be using Thresh, the new champion so far that I really love to support with. It's like my little blitzcrank that does just a lot of good things. So my first item, I really like the rejuvenation bead because I'm gonna be poking a lot, so I need the HP. Then I really like the mana regeneration because I want to get the Philosopher's Stone as soon as I can, and I want to get vision, so I need the words. Oh, and I see that they're trying to invade. So as a team, when the enemy wants to invade, you really want to go and help, because if they don't get the kill, that's a fail invasion already. If they don't get the first blood, that's a huge fail. But what I really liked about this, I mean, even though I got killed, I love that they actually got a triple and they got a quadra, and that's gonna be my ADC. So that's always what you want to do when you see that they're invading. Please don't run away like they're made of titanium that you cannot kill. You go and join the fight as a team. Very important, you want to make sure that you help your jungler. Like in this case, he's very low health, so I want to make sure that I get the extra damage. I want to grab the big minion because I just love to grab stuff. And you want to make sure that he grows, because the sooner he clears his jungle, the sooner he will be ganking, and that's always good for your team. So right now I can see that we're going to be pushing more than the enemies. So I want to be providing vision, even though it's always so tempting to just hit the enemy. And that's why I really like Thresh, because it's passive. Once you upgrade your Q, that sentence will deal extra damage, and that is why I really like to upgrade that skill as soon as possible. Because first of all, I like to grab. Even though I fail, I can always pull back people with my E, and that's why I really like exhaust, because it gives me the chance to slow down the enemy, allowing my ADC to deal damage. And I like to grab, and it's always good. And I mean, my ADC, even though he dealt a quadra kill, he still haven't buy stuff, so it was just really good. We did really good here. So right now I got low health. You don't want to do what I'm doing. You want to go back home. I just wanted to make sure that I had enough money to buy what I consider my first really important item, and it's the Philosopher's Stone, because I like what they say are the GP5, gold per 5 seconds. And I think that is really important, because since I play passively, I'm not gonna get creeps. Who knows if I'm gonna get assists, even though so far I am happy with the assists I got. I wanna be producing gold. Like, even though I'm not doing anything, I get gold, because I want to build big items that are really gonna make the difference in the late game. So I want to say one more thing about my runes. I got my quintessences, that are gold for, and I think it's like every 10 seconds I get 5 extra gold. Then I have armor and magic resistance because I want to be a little bit of a tank. And when it comes to the masteries, I do the little extra experience because I really do not like when in team fights I look at myself, like in this case, and I am very low level because everybody is going to be focusing on me and it's not good. Then I like to upgrade my defensive masteries just enough to get the 30 extra health. So you want to grab 3 points on the armor, 1 point on the magic resistance, and extra HP per level. This is one of the reasons why you always want to have vision, because the enemy jungle will just come in those moments. Everything worked out well, so we were lucky. The only bad thing is that the enemy mid, as I'm going to place the word, he's coming to join us. I just pickpocket him some extra damage and some gold. And those are the moments where you want to be careful when you're facing a misfortune. You never want to be too close to your ADC, because that skill that she has where the bullet just bounces on you, it's annoying. That's actually why I got killed at the beginning. So you don't want to do what I'm doing here again. I don't know why. I just want a little bit extra gold. It's not gonna happen. Probably gonna get killed. Because yeah, I love to get killed. It's something I'm working on, but we'll do fine. Here I can see top is not doing well, because yeah, there's the jungler that's coming, and you want to make sure that when you want to recall that you got low health, either you go really down into the protection of the turret, or you just walk your way home, because if you don't see the jungle, he's probably gonna go there where you are. So the next item that I want to get, it's the sightstone, and there's nothing else more important than being able to put down free, in a way, words, because having vision of what's happening around you, especially when you're pushing, it's really, really important. This is why I really like Thresh. I think that grabbing people, it's awesome. And with the right ADC, you can deal a lot of damage. So like I said, it's really important to be wording a lot, so you don't really want to spend money on single words. So you wanna get sightstone, because it gives you a little bit of extra health. That is always really good. So at this point, I can say that we're doing good, even though I wished that as a Quadra starting, he would have got some attack damage, because I think it's better to go attack damage than to go lifesteal for the Bloodthirster, because I mean, if you consider the money that he spent for that, and for that he would have got a little nice. I would have gone for Trinity Force. I mean, sorry, the Infinity Edge. So that's the moment where I like to grab and be there, get the assist even though I get killed, because I just like to be there where the fight is, and I want to be able to go and buy my next item, and that will be the lucky pick. I like to get those two items as soon as possible because like I said, my gold production being even F key, it's just great. And since they're not sharing the passive, you're getting the benefits from both the items, lucky pick and philosopher's stone. So I think that we are doing pretty well down here, so probably we're gonna be able to push down turret, but I want to make sure that I get words. That was a really not lucky selection for placing my word, and I'm dying. I'm gonna die. That was bad. So please don't try this. When you don't know where the enemy are, don't go and place words. So right now I don't know if we're really doing better as a team. I actually think that they are doing better than us. But one thing that I want to say to everybody is that even though your team is not doing good, when it comes to a ranked game, always be positive, because there's no point to call names or get upset, because if you're losing and you get upset and you start running bad things, you're just gonna make your teammates play worse, and that's just making obvious that you're gonna lose. So just focus and just try to do your best, because there's always a chance to win a game that is not going that well. So this time I really wanna get their turret, and it looks like it's a good chance to do some nice grabs. And this I just misclicked that one. I wanted to grab, but I used my ulti. That was bad. I need to get used to this mark cast. I just switched to it. I think it's awesome, but you need to get used to it. So finally our jungler came at the right moment, and this is gonna be the time where we get the turret. But most importantly, I think the situation at bottom like this are really good, because as you push, you get the chance to go for the dragon, and dragon, it's really important for your team to get stronger, because everybody gets a nice money boost, and that is always good. So we're gonna focus on that, and it's always really nice to be with a team that understands that. So once you got it, you want to get out of the place, and you want to make sure that you grab the buffs of your jungle as they come up, because they're very important, not only for what they offer, but also for the money that they're worth, because it really does make a difference. So the next item that I'll go for is shoes, because right now I think it's gonna be very important to be mobile, however you say it. You want to be able to move faster because there's gonna be a lot of go mid, go bottom, go top, or whatever. And when I'm supporting, I really like to get my cooldown reduction because I want to be able to use my skills. Because as a supporter, I think that what really makes a difference in team fights are the skills that you use. So I don't really think that, unless, I mean, you want to go super tank, but I'm not really a big fan of being a tank support, because to be tank you really need the money, and it's not that easy. I prefer to make sure that my ADC gets the money, and I try not to get the kills when there's a chance for them to get them. So finally I was able to put my word for better vision, because I feel that as we are going to push, those are the places from where the enemy will try to gank us. Because if he tries to gank us from right where we are, we're going to see it, and I'm pretty sure that we can get out of it. But if he tries to come all the way back from the position where I place my words, that's where he usually gets us. So as I see that he's coming from that side, that's when we start to go back. And that just saved us, because if you consider my ulti and the fact that I had flash, that's the only reason why I was so pushy. So this is the time where I go back and I start focusing on my next key item, and that will be the Aegis of the Legion. Yeah, because I think it's just awesome item, very important in team fights. I saw so many games that were just turned upside down, from losing to winning, just because of the sustain that it gives to the whole team. So as you can see, as a support, the items that I got right now, even though I am not doing good as a supporter, are much better than the one that Sona is having right now. So that it's good. I wish my team, especially when it comes to Garen and V, they were a little bit more aware of what was going down in the middle lane, because this is where I was trying to ping and tell them to come down, and obviously when they come, it's too late. I mean, if you're not joining your team in the big fight, don't try to chase the enemies into you don't know what, because you're just gonna get killed, and there's no point. Just try to be aware of positioning of the enemy, and if the enemy is getting together, you need to stick with your team. There is no I need to farm, because it's just, I won't say the word, but it's just not right. So right now I am thinking that we need to really get together, because if we continue to do what we're doing so far, there's a chance that we will lose this game. But again, even if things are not right, always continue to focus on winning, and even if you lose, you can learn from mistakes that you do, and you'll be able to do a better game next. So I can see the items that she has. Oh my gosh, she's really back. So I got a huge amount of items over her because I'm producing gold with 2 items and she's just producing gold with 1. And we really have a chance here while the team joins me to get the dragon, because when you get with a team that knows that dragon is important, that is already a good chance for winning, even though Garen likes to show off. You want to first focus on the dragon as a team, and then you probably want to go all together to destroy the enemy. But it was a good trade. We got the ace and dragon, so that's fine. Even though I died once again I died. So with this push, I was able to get my Aegis, and this is the moment where you really want to push as a team, because if you look at the enemy team and you see that nobody of them as a Aegis, that really means that your team has a much stronger presence as a whole. So you want to stick together. There is no, but I wanna farm, I wanna get cramped, blah 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 blah, because it's stupid. Because once you have you know that you're stronger than the enemy team, you really need to go as a team and push, because that's worth much more. You want to make sure that you put wards and vision on Baron, because at this time that's pretty much when people start thinking about going and get him. Once again, that was really bad of me. I remember I was in the game, I was trying to get people together to come mid, and they were not coming, and that was just bad. I did really bad. So yeah, this will give the enemy team a big chance to push, and that is not really good. But the good thing about this is that I'll be able to show you what I really like about Thresh, and it's gonna be my next item that I really think it's really cool about this season, and it's the ability to upgrade your shoes. And it's something that not everybody does, but I think it's really important, and one of my favorites is actually the homeguard. In that case, I really didn't care to grab talent. All I wanted to do, even if I grabbed just the minion, was to get close to him and do my ulti to be able to slow him down, because my gate is just is a huge slowdown. So hopefully this is gonna be our good chance to push, even though it looks like my team is not really willing to. So you gotta remember that if you think that is the right time to push, if your team is not following you, you don't want to be pushing, even though it would be great. Don't go alone. It's like one of those situations where the guy says, "Oh, they're all Baron," and starts walking towards Baron. But if you go alone, there's just no point because you get killed. And hopefully this is gonna be our chance. That was a good grab, even though that was a good ulti by Sana. I really hope, especially with Cassidy coming from down there, that this is gonna be our chance. And I'm just trying to portray the feelings that I had while I was playing this game, because I actually recorded the same stuff that I said that I'm saying right now. But I discovered that I did not record it right, and I'm doing this once again. And what do you want to do when you get the enemy team killed, and you know that there's just one that is not showing up? You want to get turret. You want to get it bad, because that's extra gold that really does a big difference. And the sooner you get it, the better it is. But once you get it, you want to really get out of the place and use those extra seconds that you got to safely put wards around, because it's vision, it's important. And the next item that I like to build, it's the upgrade of the Aegis, the runic bulwark, because it gives you extra tankiness, even though the enemy team is not really big on magic damage. I like to upgrade it because it gives me extra health, so it's good. And one thing that I like is that my team is aware of dragon, so that's a good thing. But hopefully with this next push we'll be able to do something good, or at least to learn something, like the fact that we're not really good at positioning. But it should be a good chance for us to Baron, even though I don't really like to do Baron when enemy team is all up and they know that we're there, because that's what it happens. You just get killed and there's just no point, because if team gets divided, that's when the enemy team gets you. So you need to stick together as a team. And I know I did bad there, but it's all good. It's all good. You'll see why I really like the homeguard shoes, because in this situation Ezreal was like, he was dead. I mean, he was really dead. But with the shoes, I can fly right there and pray that I grab it right, push it back, and let him get the kill. So you can do things with those shoes that are just really nice. And hopefully this is the chance so that we get Baron, because the enemy team is first of all, they're not all, so this will give us a huge advantage, even though they know we are there. We really need to push. I like the positioning of Ezreal, that it's aware that he needs to be away. And finally we get the Baron, and hopefully this will give us a chance to ace the enemy team. Even though I think that once you Baron, if you got the people that deals the damage that are so hurt, you should go back and buy stuff and then push full force. And one thing that I think it's really important as I ping down is that when you see that the enemy team is protecting mid tower really well, you want to switch your target and you want to go and take down the other lines, because there's no point to waste time just doing nothing in front of the turret. And as you move and you go in different locations, there's a strong chance that not all of the enemy team will follow up, and you'll get just that one or two persons, and that will give you a chance to get them all. So I'm really willing to push, but I see that the enemy team is all going for our mid, so I just want to push a little bit those minions that hopefully are gonna go and grab the turret. But as I see that the enemy team is not pushing, I think it's better to recall. And in fact, that's exactly where they were coming. But I can start building my next item, and that will be the Zeki, or Zeki, or however you say it. It's the one that gives cooldown reduction, damage to all the team, and lifesteal, because I think it's really good in team fights. And that's what I like to do as a supporter. I like to provide all those auras that gives to my team a much stronger team fight capability, because if I put together all the extra armor, all the extra magic resist, the ultra generation, the life steal, and soon with the last item, the spell vamp, that's when you get like you ace really easily. This is one of the moments where I don't know Garen what was thinking, or V what was thinking. Nobody got the buff, and that's when I was like, what are you doing? What? And things just go wrong. This was wrong start. Nobody took the buff. I don't know why, and I just did really bad, and we got killed really bad. And this will give the enemy a strong chance to push. But again, you want to be positive, because we're doing fine, even though they're probably gonna push really good, like all the way in, especially when a Garen thinks he can tank four of the enemies. So even though you're losing an inhibitor, and it was like you were doing better, please don't type GG, surrender, because there's no point. You wanna try to win a game, and you wanna do your best. Especially in this case, where if you look at the items, you have an advantage. You got more stuff. So it's all about positioning and being able to start a team fight in the right way. So again, you wanna get dragon, because you got wards that protect you from enemies that come to get him. and once you get it, you want your whole team to be able to push, because if your team gets together, you can do really good things, but you need to be together. So if you're not, you want to avoid from getting into fights, because that's pretty much the situation where you get killed and you give to the enemy a chance to win instead of you. Like in this case, Garen, initiation without all of us was just wrong. And I was thinking, oh my god, that's not good. That's really, really, really not good. But at least two of our allies were safe. So what you expect from people that it's so low on health is to go back home and heal. You don't want to see those things. So please, even though you're Cassidine and you think you can teleport everywhere, don't stop to kill 4 minions. Just go back home and be safe. That's a lot of things to learn. And I like to look at replays because it gives me the chance to understand many of the mistakes of the others and to be better. Like in this case, they waited too much, and when a key player like Darius in this game dies, that is a really bad thing for them, because it gives us the chance to go and push all the way into the Baron, because even though they all join Baron, there's still gonna be one less. So that's why I'm pinging like crazy, Baron, 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 and hopefully my team is gonna follow, because those are the moments where you can finally end the game, and hopefully you'll be able to do an ace and grab people, jump in the middle and get the Baron. Even though it's not as fast as I thought we would be Baroning, we were lucky to get it, because that ulti, it's annoying, but it was not the best initiation for us. And even though I'm providing all my benefits, auras, I don't really feel comfortable from being so close to fight, because I am not really doing good as far as considered tankiness, because the enemies are dealing a lot of damage. But hopefully he'll be able to do the ace, even though it sucks that we were not more, so he won't really be able to push. And one thing that you want to make sure is that even if you are pushing, but if you got enemy minions in your home, you really don't want them from destroying the 2 towers in front of the center, because if you lose those, it's really not good. But finally, I'm able to complete almost my build, and when I get the Will of the Ancients, that is That's really good. That's gonna make a huge difference. So right now it's time for us to push like crazy all together. In this time, I'm in chat telling everybody mid, 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 but doesn't look like they're really aware that they need to join. But then finally somebody comes. But mostly I'm really happy that Darius comes thinking that he's unkillable, and that's what's gonna cost him really a lot, because as Talon comes in to join and help him, that's the time where I grab him and he gets the damage. We get Darius, that's good. Those were really nice actions by V as well, but my ADC did really good. My lanterns did really good. And the quadra was given once again. That was really painful, but it helped. And at this time you really wanna push like crazy. There's no dragon, there's no I wanna go back and buy stuff. When there's more than 30 seconds and there's just a tower, an inhibitor, and then 2 more towers from the victory, you want to just push like crazy and get the win. So I hope you enjoyed my tutorial, that it was helpful. I wanted to show you this one game in particular because even though I really didn't do good as a supporter, I died many times, I was actually able to put together enough money to build a really strong